Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a crucial topic for aspiring students: scholarships and financial aid for international women. If you're a woman dreaming of studying in Europe, the UK, the USA, or Australia, but worried about the costs, this video is for you. We'll explore funding opportunities for all academic levels: undergraduate, graduate, and PhD across all fields from STEM to humanities. Why focus on women? Because despite progress, women around the world still face systemic and cultural barriers to higher education, often financial ones. But here's the good news. Global attention to gender equity means more scholarships are opening up specifically to support women in education. In fact, there are numerous programs at undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD levels, including some just for women in certain fields. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll cover major scholarship programs like DAAD, Erasmus+, Fulbright, Chevening, Australia Awards, and more, plus women-specific grants like Women in STEM Scholarships, AAUW Fellowships. We'll talk eligibility, share real examples with websites to check out, and give application tips to boost your chances. Let's start by mapping out the scholarship landscape, then we'll break it down country by country. What types of scholarships are out there? Broadly, you'll find government-funded scholarships, university scholarships, and private or NGO scholarships. Government scholarships, offered by governments to attract international talent or foster development ties. These often cover full expenses, tuition, living costs, travel, in exchange for you contributing skills back home later. Examples: the Fulbright Program, USA, and Chevening Scholarships, UK. University scholarships. Many universities in industrialized countries offer their own aid, from merit-based awards to research assistantships. For instance, some U.S. universities have generous scholarships or need-based aid for top international undergraduates. In Europe, many public universities have minimal or no tuition fees, especially at bachelor's level in countries like Germany or Norway, and also offer grants for living costs. Private and NGO scholarships. These come from foundations, corporations, or organizations targeting specific groups or fields. For example, the American Association of University Women, AAUW, funds graduate women to study in the U.S., and tech companies like Google fund programs for women in computing. No matter the type, scholarships can be full, covering nearly everything, or partial, maybe just tuition or a stipend. Some are one-time, others multi-year. Importantly, eligibility criteria vary. Some target academic excellence, others focus on need or specific demographics like women, developing country nationals, or underrepresented fields. Always check the requirements carefully. Europe is a fantastic destination for international students, high-quality education, and lots of funding options. Let's talk about EU scholarships and highlight a few countries: Erasmus+ and Erasmus Mundus, EU-wide. The EU's flagship program, Erasmus+, offers exchange grants and full degree scholarships. The Erasmus Mundus joint master's programs are especially attractive. These are prestigious two-year master's degrees you take in multiple European countries. Full scholarships are available for top applicants worldwide, covering tuition, travel, visa costs, and a living allowance. Imagine studying in, say, France and Spain and not worrying about finances. Nearly 50,000 students have benefited since 2004. For Erasmus Mundus, you apply directly to the program consortium, typically from October to January for the following year. Germany, DAAD, and more. Germany is known for tuition-free public universities and robust funding. The German Academic Exchange Service, DAAD, is one of the world's largest scholarship organizations. It offers hundreds of programs for foreigners to study in Germany at various levels. In fact, DAAD awards over 100,000 scholarships each year to international students and researchers around the globe, a staggering number. These scholarships often include a monthly stipend, €850, 1,200 for living expenses, travel allowance, health insurance, and sometimes German language course funding. Whether you're pursuing a master's in engineering or a PhD in literature, there's likely a DAAD program for you. Aside from DAAD, many German institutions and foundations offer scholarships. For example, the Friedrich Ebert Stiftung, a German foundation, gives scholarships to international students with a stipend of around €1,400 per month, no tuition fees, plus seminars and networking opportunities. Also, Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions, an EU research fellowship, fund PhD research, stays in Germany and across Europe. Bottom line, Germany provides world-class education and the funding to access it. A France Eiffel Excellence Scholarship. France's government runs the prestigious Eiffel Scholarship for foreign students. It targets future leaders in various fields, science, engineering, law, economics, etc., for master's and PhD studies in France. What do Eiffel scholars get? At the master's level, about €1,181 monthly stipend plus other perks, like return airfare, health insurance, cultural activities. PhD Eiffel Fellows get even more, roughly €1,800 monthly plus those additional benefits. This can make your stay in France essentially fully funded. One catch, you must be under 25 for the master's scholarship and under 32 for PhD and be nominated by a French university. So you apply via the university, not directly. If you dream of sipping café au lait in Paris while earning a degree, Eiffel is one to look at. Other European opportunities. Virtually every European country has some scholarship scheme. A few examples. The Swedish Institute scholarships fund master's students to Sweden, especially from developing countries. Valir UOS scholarships in Belgium fully fund students from Africa, Asia, Latin America for specialized programs, covering tuition, travel, living costs. The Orange Knowledge Program offers courses in the Netherlands for professionals from certain countries. Also, many universities have their own merit scholarships or tuition waivers. Pro tip, check the official study-in websites like Campus France, Study in Sweden, etc. for scholarship listings and the EU's Campus Bourses or DAAD scholarship database for consolidated searches. Next stop, the UK, home to some of the world's top universities and generous funding for international students. The UK has both government scholarships and university-specific awards. Chevening scholarships, UK government. Chevening is the UK's flagship global scholarship program. Funded by the UK Foreign Office, it gives full scholarships for one-year master's degrees in the UK to outstanding individuals from over 160 countries. Chevening covers tuition fees, living stipend, round-trip airfare, visa costs, basically everything. The catch? It's competitive and has some conditions. You must be a citizen of a Chevening-eligible country, basically not a UK or dual UK citizen, have an undergraduate degree and at least 2 years of work experience before applying. After your degree, you're required to return to your home country for at least 2 years. The idea is you bring back skills and become a leader there. Chevening looks for future leaders and influencers, so your essays and references should highlight your leadership potential and plans to make an impact. Fun fact, Chevening has a vibrant alumni network of over 50,000 worldwide. Think of it as a leadership club you join along with the scholarship. Commonwealth scholarships. For students from Commonwealth countries, mostly developing nations in the Commonwealth, the UK offers Commonwealth scholarships. These are usually for full graduate study, master's or PhD, and provide full financial support, tuition, exams, stipend, airfare, etc. Commonwealth scholarships aim to equip talent that will contribute to the development of their home countries. So if you're from, say, India, Nigeria, Pakistan, or Jamaica, to name a few, and have a strong academic record and commitment to development, consider this route. There are also Commonwealth fellowships for mid-career academics and professionals. Over 31,000 students have benefited since the 1960s. Check the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission's site for eligibility and the annual call for applications. Great scholarships and university funding. The British Council, in partnership with UK universities, offers great scholarships to students from certain countries. These are typically £10,000 awards towards a one-year master's in the UK, available to nationals of 18 countries, from India to Indonesia to Mexico, etc. Great scholarships are a bit smaller, covering part of tuition, but they're a nice boost and come with networking events for scholars. Additionally, UK universities themselves have many scholarships. For example, the University of Oxford's Clarendon Fund, or Cambridge's Gates Cambridge Scholarship, funded by the Gates Foundation, cover full costs for top graduate students from anywhere in the world. There's also the Rhodes Scholarship at Oxford, open to exceptional students from select countries, and the Marshall Scholarship, for U.S. students to study in the UK. While these aren't women-specific, they illustrate the opportunities out there. Always check your target university's financial aid page. You might find specific awards for international or female students. For instance, University of Warwick offers Chancellor's International Scholarships for PhDs, open to all nationalities, and many universities have small grants for undergrads. Don't leave any stone unturned. Women-focused, British Council Women in STEM. A highlight for women, the British Council Scholarships for Women in STEM. This program, launched in recent years, partners with top UK universities to fund one-year master's degrees for women from the Americas, South Asia, Southeast Asia, Africa, and more, in STEM fields. If you're eligible, it's fantastic. It covers full tuition, a monthly stipend, travel costs, visa and health fees, and even English language exam costs. They've awarded over 400 scholarships so far. It even offers special support for mothers. For example, if you have kids, some extra financial support. The goal is to close the gender gap in STEM by empowering women like you. Keep an eye on British Council announcements. Applications usually open by region, and you apply directly to the participating universities. Studying in the US can be expensive, but there are plenty of funding opportunities if you know where to look. Let's break down the main options for international students in the USA. Fulbright Foreign Student Program. Arguably the most famous, the Fulbright program is the U.S. government's flagship scholarship for international students. Each year, Fulbright brings students from around the world to the U.S. for fully funded graduate study or research in any field, except clinical medicine. Fulbright grants cover tuition, living stipend, airfare, health insurance, a truly full ride. Beyond funding, it's a cultural exchange. You'll engage in community work and share your culture, then return home as a Fulbright alum, ready to make an impact. It's extremely prestigious and competitive. Application is through the U.S. Embassy Fulbright Commission in your home country. U.S. University scholarships and assistantships. Unlike many countries, the U.S. doesn't have a centralized government scholarship for undergraduate international students, but universities themselves often provide aid. Some U.S. universities are need-blind for internationals or offer need-based financial aid. For example, Harvard, Yale, MIT, very competitive but generous. More commonly, schools offer merit scholarships. For example, American University's Emerging Global Leader Scholarship covers most expenses for a high-achieving international undergraduate. For graduate students, master's and PhD, a key funding source is assistantships. Many U.S. universities will hire you as a teaching assistant or research assistant, which comes with a tuition waiver and a living stipend. Private and nonprofit scholarships, USA. There are quite a few scholarships open to international students from outside universities. The AAUW International Fellowships we mentioned earlier, funded by the American Association of University Women, these provide $20,000, $50,000 per year for graduate women from around the world to study in the USA. The PEO International Peace Scholarship, IPS. This is a fund by a women's organization that grants scholarships up to $12,500 to international women for graduate study in the U.S. or Canada. Joint Japan World Bank Graduate Scholarships. If you're from a developing country and admitted to certain development-related programs, this program can fully fund your master's. For example, a woman from Ghana could get a World Bank scholarship to pursue a master's in public health. MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program. This is a major initiative that has funded thousands of African students, many of them women, to study at partner universities in the U.S., Canada, and Europe. And don't forget field-specific scholarships in the U.S. For instance, women in tech can consider the Google Women Tech Makers Scholarship, which encourages women in computer science with both funding and a retreat networking opportunity. To navigate U.S. scholarships, use databases like Education USA, IEFA.org, or scholarship search engines. It might take effort to find smaller scholarships, but they add up. G'day, let's head to Australia, another popular destination with excellent funding options for international students, including women. Australia Awards Scholarships. The Australian government offers Australia Awards for students from developing countries, especially in the Indo-Pacific region. These are full scholarships for full-time study in Australia, at the undergraduate or postgraduate level. Benefits? Everything. Tuition fees, a return airfare, a generous living allowance paid fortnightly, an establishment allowance to settle in with books and housing, overseas student health cover, and more. It's similar to Chevening in that you must return home for at least 2 years after finishing. The goal is to empower you with skills to contribute to your country's development. Australia awards are competitive but extremely rewarding. Imagine graduating from an Australian university debt-free and with a global network of fellow scholars. For graduate research in Australia, the Research Training Program is a key funding source. RTP scholarships cover full tuition and provide a stipend for living expenses to both domestic and international PhD students. At University of New South Wales, an RTP scholarship provides about $38,000 per year stipend, plus tuition waiver, plus health insurance for the duration of the research degree. For coursework degrees, some universities offer merit scholarships. The University of Melbourne has a human rights scholarship that provides a full fee waiver and about $43,500 yearly stipend. While Australia Awards and RTP are open to all genders, there are a few programs encouraging women. Some Australian research institutes have women-only fellowships to support female postdocs in STEM. We've highlighted some women-focused programs along the way, but let's shine a spotlight on scholarships exclusively for women. These can be game changers if you qualify, since the competition pool is narrowed to half the population. AAUW International Fellowships, a major fellowship for graduate women to study in the U.S., providing up to $50,000 per year. Field is open, so whether it's STEM, arts, or social science, you're eligible. PEO International Peace Scholarship is for grad study in the U.S. or Canada, max award around $12,500. PEO is all about women helping women. The organization might even connect you with local members for support. Margaret McNamara Education Grants provides grants of $7,000 to $15,000 to women from developing countries who are 25 or older. The idea is to aid women who have had some years of professional or family experience and are now seeking higher education to better their communities. Tech scholarships for women. The tech world has several initiatives. Google Women Tech Makers Scholars Program, formerly the Anita Borg Scholarship, open in regions like Asia Pacific, EMEA, and the Americas. It's for women in computer science tech fields, undergrad or grad. Besides a financial award, the amount can vary, often around $5,000, $10,000. You get an invitation to a retreat at Google, networking, workshops, super valuable career-wise. Microsoft Women Scholarships. Microsoft has supported programs like Women at Microsoft Scholarship for U.S. students or sponsorships for the Grace Hopper Conference. These are generally one-time awards in the tech domain. Adobe Women in Technology Scholarship, a global program offering funding, a mentor from Adobe, and potentially an internship. If you're into gaming or animation, there are scholarships like Women in Animation Scholarships or Sony Gals in Gaming, etc. The key is to search within your niche. STEM and Research Awards. L'Oréal UNESCO for Women in Science Awards, a high-profile award recognizing outstanding women researchers. At the international level, it's an award, not a study scholarship, given to established scientists. But they also have national and regional Young Talents Fellowships for PhD students or postdocs in many countries. For example, L'Oréal Australia partners with UNESCO to give $25,000 fellowships to early career women scientists in Australia each year. Globally, since 1998, over 4,400 women scientists have been supported by this program, including some who went on to win Nobel Prizes. If you're headed into research, keep an eye out for these opportunities in your host or home country. Zonta International Amelia Earhart Fellowship, $10,000 fellowship for women pursuing PhD in aerospace engineering or space sciences worldwide. If you aspire to literally reach the stars or build the craft to get there, this is for you. Schlumberger Foundation's Faculty for the Future provides hefty fellowships to women from developing countries to do PhDs or postdoctoral research in STEM abroad. They've funded many women who later became leaders in science and academia in their home countries. Business and Finance for Women. For those leaning toward MBA or finance fields, look into the Forte Foundation Fellowships. Forte is a consortium of top business schools and companies. They offer fellowships, often in the form of tuition waivers or reduced fees, to women entering MBA programs at partner schools, mostly US, some EU. Many MBA programs also have women-focused scholarships endowed by alumni. In finance, there's the FinCAD Women in Finance Scholarship. For graduate studies in finance, $10,000 award. There are also niche ones like Women in International Trade Scholarships, etc., if you hunt around. Remember, being a female applicant can be an advantage for many scholarships even when not explicitly women-only. Many general programs strive for gender balance and encourage women to apply. For example, Erasmus Mundus master's programs often state they welcome women in STEM, etc. Always read the fine print. If a call for applications mentions encouraging female candidates, take that as a sign to go for it. Now that you have an idea of what funding is out there, let's talk about how to actually secure these scholarships. It can feel overwhelming, but these tips will help. Start early and do your research. Scholarship deadlines can be far in advance of the academic year, often 6-12 months before your program starts. For example, if you want to start school in fall 2026, many big scholarships like Fulbright, Chevening, Erasmus Mundus have deadlines in mid-2025, so start researching early. Use official resources and databases. Scholarship databases, the DAAD Scholarship Database for Germany and beyond, Scholarships Portal, Prospects UK, Education USA for US, and studyinaustralia.gov.au all list funding opportunities. University financial aid offices. Check the websites of universities you're interested in. They often list scholarships for international students. Email their admissions or financial aid office if something is unclear. Local resources. Sometimes your home country offers scholarships for studying abroad. For instance, some governments or banks have loan scholarships for citizens going overseas. Or there might be foundations in your country that aren't widely advertised internationally. Networking. Talk to current or former scholarship holders. There are Facebook, LinkedIn groups, and even Reddit forums where scholars share advice. Hearing first-hand experiences can give you application insights. Meet eligibility and then some. Always double-check. You meet the eligibility criteria before pouring your heart into an application. This includes things like nationality, age, some have age limits, field of study, or work experience. For example, Chevening requires 2 years of work experience. Eiffel asks that master's applicants be under 25. Don't get disqualified on a technicality. If you do meet the basics, think about what additional qualities the scholarship values. Leadership, academic excellence, community service, research potential. Tailor your application to highlight those. Craft a compelling personal statement. This is often the heart of your application. It's your chance to tell your story, who you are, what challenges you've overcome, what your ambitions are, and why this scholarship matters to you. Be genuine and specific. Rather than saying, I am passionate about science, show it, for example, I started a girls' science club in my village to share my love for astronomy. Explain how the scholarship will help you achieve your goals and how you'll use the education to give back. For women applicants, don't shy away from describing any obstacles you faced as a woman in your field, turning that narrative into one of